That's the standard Ford LLC logo running in the background that everybody can hear. Back there. Not quite sure which microphone I'm on. Let me see which mic I'm on. Default. Okay, so good. Here we are. Let me just stop this, pull myself up on the front page, and get ready. Y'all ready? This is Cassandra Williamson coming to you from a holler in Eastern Kentucky. And yeah, it's called Mudlick Road. And I'm coming out of Mudlick Road, like coming out of Compton, maybe. I don't know. Wherever you might be. You understand the reference. But also, since this is Hatfield McCoy feud country, you might understand the reference to the old movie called Deliverance from a long time ago. Remember that one? Do you? You know, when you hear the fiddles play, you've probably gone too far. That's the place. Way up here in the holler in Eastern Kentucky, right in the middle of Hatfield McCoy feud country. And again, like I said, why is my picture? Oh, I've got to uncover the camera. That might help. There. I was wondering why it was a black screen with just a cup of coffee on the side. It did say, buy me a cup of coffee over there, and I changed it because I don't drink much coffee. I do sometimes, but I said, buy me a drink or a poodle or maybe a trip out of Mudlick Road. Voice, did you click on that thing, scan that code? It'll do it through a restream. That's perfectly fine. It'll make it back to wherever it needs to be. And not quite sure why I said play recording over there. Okay, X. This is gal there. I thought I was playing a recording over here on X Spaces too, playing this on the audio channel on X Spaces, but apparently not. I wonder if I'd called it back, it might work again. Create a space. I don't need to record it because it's being recorded. Start now. Will it let me do it? Will it let me do the audio radio channel kind of thing going on the side over here? While I'm also with you on the video side. X somewhere, you can find all this stuff over on X. I'll try to stay off of that for a minute. So it's been an interesting day. Been out doing a few things. Went out and met a few people. Did some door dashing too. I like to get out because it gets me out of the house, but it also gets me a few extra bucks here and there. And that's helpful. That's helpful. I do have property taxes coming up here. Got to be paid. If I don't pay them by the 1st, they'll go up. 1st of November, they'll go up, and they'll go up again. And so, yeah, I'm going to be paying the property taxes for that. I've taken care of it as quickly as I can. So we have a few things that happened today. At 9:30 this morning, we did our program with Janus Forge Accelerators, where I introduced you to the Cassandra protocol and tried to work through some things with how this process works. It's human moderation of AI dialectics. That's primarily it. The whole purpose of it is to put humans back into the center of managing and overseeing and moderating conversations between different AI systems, because all the AI systems out there, and I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it again and again, whether or not the AI systems will tell you this pointedly, they do represent the DNA of their founders, their creators. They kind of come across that way, and you can tell it from the start. It's easy to see. It really is. But the thing is, though, they do have some powerful techniques and tools and resources there, and they're able to do things. Grok is a huge brute force problem solver. Neglects humanity, but it does a good job. Gemini, on the other hand, is not necessarily brute force. It has a lot more finesse to it. It considers human interactions and is respectful of that, and considers those things top priority over everything else, even though it can solve big problems. It puts humans first. Grok, on the other hand, no, let's get to the moon any effing way we can. And whatever happens along the way, well, so be it. That's all right. And, that goes along with Elon's operandi, his way of thinking. I get it. That's fine. Perfectly good with that. 2 minutes. Why did it end in 2 minutes? Okay. The host ended over there on that side. That's fine. X-Space ended. So maybe it got tired of listening to me through several different ways of communicating with people. Who knows? Whatever it is, we're here, and they can listen in. Microphone default. That's the one I want right there. Maybe that'll work. Hopefully you can hear me. So, Yeah, that's the whole idea behind Janus Forge accelerators. It puts humans back into the driver's seat between these AI systems. Now, you're not going to be able to do it within one AI system. You have to have a moderated way of handling that. And that's the Cassandra protocol that was developed over the past week or so. And it enables us to moderate conversations in such a way that we can utilize all the different AI systems out there and come up with solutions that help humanity, that can solve those big intractable problems along the way. That's the whole purpose of it, is to solve big problems and to solve those kind of black swan kind of problems. Talked about, what, 10, 15 years ago, something like that. But that's where we are. And these systems can be utilized in that way. But the thing is, right now, the advancements being made in AI systems are causing people to lose their jobs. But where are those people going to go, and how are they going to sustain themselves? That's a big problem. That is a huge problem that has to be solved. How is society going to be able to handle the advancements made within AI systems across the board in nearly every field? What's left that AI cannot do that humans have been doing? What's left? They can do art. They can do music. They can do movies and videos and images. They can do artwork. They can figure out the propulsion dynamics for a rocket to carry a large number of people from the Earth to the Moon and to Mars with all the resources necessary to get there. What's the most efficient way to do that? And all those kind of questions that can be answered. But all these AI systems can do that. But you have to be able to use brute force and finesse and architecture. And that's where Grok, Gemini, and DeepSeek all come in. And we can play these things off and come up with something that works and helps people. But human moderators are the key. We can't have another AI system being the moderator for all these other AI systems. People need to be in the driver's seat of these things. They have to be. They must be. I'm sure that somebody's going to create some kind of AI system that can go out there and moderate the conversations between all these different systems and do it. And I could probably ask one of the AI systems to create the app that would do that, or write the program that would do it. Absolutely could, no doubt about it. It would be a challenge because it would have to be able to do all kinds of different factors, like, transcribe every conversation, engage in moderating conversations, and allowing the different AI systems to ask questions of each other, which is the trick to this. When you get one AI system to ask another AI system why they thought that and put it in there, then you get a really great dynamic going on, folks. You get to see a solution that is birthed and comes out and solves problems. That's what this is about. That's what Janus Forge accelerators is all about, folks. So if you have one of those, a tough question or a tough problem you want solved, and it's something that you're not 100% sure of the answer, or maybe you're lacking, the confidence to be able to say that this is worth pursuing, or something like that. One of the big problem, something, whatever it might be in your community, even something, it could be something small in your community. How to improve access to food within your communities when you know that the SNAP benefits are going to be cut off this coming weekend, as long as they don't pass a CR, continuing resolution. And that brings up a whole other conversation I just had over on Grok on the X app. Okay. And if you don't know this, X has got several different AI systems out there, and none of the two shall ever communicate with each other. They not only have the Groundhog Day problem internally with each other, but they've got a massive blind spot because they don't talk to each other. I can go over on the X app and talk to Grok, and I can go to the XAI desktop app and talk to another version of Grok over there. And I'm going to tell you, the outcomes are different. Not different substantially. They're different in ways that are technically important. Let's put it that way. They are very interesting. And one may pose a solution to a problem that the communicating with each other, but not directly right now. And actually, I don't really think that we should either, because then it would level them all out and it'd all be just alike. the advantage we have of them being different, the advantage of the diversity in the AI systems. And yeah, I'm going to use that word. They are diverse. They're diversely different, folks. These AI systems are. And if y'all don't like that term, I don't know. There's DEI taking place in AI. This is AI DEI. I'll coin that one, right? What we have is AI DEI. Yeah, we do. Right now, you got Musk out here pushing for his Grok system, XAI, to be used across the federal government. I'm going to tell you something that is probably not a wise idea. I do think that what we need to be doing is having human moderators using different AI systems to come up with solutions that benefit all of us from different perspectives. Different perspectives. That matters. The human moderators have to be the one to keep that under control. No one human should be doing it either. Not just me, not just somebody else off in the woods somewhere, not just Junia down in Alabama, or not just Jamie up in Mississippi, or Twiddledee and Tweedledum in California and New York. Nothing. Even we should have moderated systems between us, because then you could get a better picture of all these things. And it's really important, folks. It really is important. Right now, there's somebody going around. I just had a big talk over at the Heritage Foundation that says diversity is not a strength. What the heck? Who's that? Uh-oh. Let me get out of some things over here. I might be TikTok. TikTok got blown up. Something was going on TikTok. I just got out of TikTok. I was over there trying to set up my live streaming platform. I was broadcasting to them. Then they said they wouldn't allow me to broadcast it to them. I don't know why. But anyway, so we do have some music I can play in the background. You ready? We're going to play this one. This is supposedly Halloween music, but I actually like this. Anyway, I'll stop it. And then obviously, I love this logo. I love our logo. Don't y'all like this? The logo of Janus Forge Accelerators. We are putting the humans back into AI didactics. That's what this is all about, folks. We can address those big challenges, like, one is social questions even. Do transgender people have a right to exist freely and openly in society? How do they originate? Oh my gosh, sorry about that. Whew, Lordy. Go to Sam's, get you some colas. Free promo. But anyway, so yeah, this is Janus Forge Accelerators is new. And the concept isn't being used out there. There's not a one that's close to it, as far as I've been able to ascertain. Not as any of the AI systems that I've been asking this question of, have they been able to ascertain this either. This is a concept that's revolutionary. It puts human moderators, humans, back in control of AI and how it is utilized across the board. Right now, Elon is pushing for XAI to be used in the federal government, and he's going to charge a big deal for it, make a lot of money off of it, and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think that's a good idea. Not because I don't think XAI is a good platform. It is, however, it does lean right. Whether they will ever admit it or not, it does lean right. The DNA of it comes from Elon and his teams that he picks to put in there. And if they don't do what he wants, he takes them out and puts somebody else in place. Gemini does the same thing. DeepSeek does the same thing. They all have these biases built into their systems. But the thing is, they have access to the same vast amounts of large language information in the world, but they get filtered and used through their criteria so that the answers that come out on the other end reflect the DNA of the people who built the systems. That's the way it is with X and with Gemini and Claude and OpenAI and DeepSeek and all of them, every single one of them, every one of them. have that. So how do you overcome that? How do you take control of that and turn that into something that humans can use? Well, humans have to moderate these discussions between AI systems. That's the protocol. That's the thing that I've copyrighted and turned it into this business, this Janus Forge Accelerators LLC. And it's a process that enables us to bring multiple systems together. We have to find a way to copy the transcripts down. If you're on the Twitter app, X app over there, that is a challenge because you have to go through and copy and paste each of your comments along with the responses to those comments into a document, save those documents, and you can take that thread of conversations, put it over into XAI or Gemini AI or DeepSeek AI and get their opinion on it too. And then the human moderates the results of that. And basically what ends up happening is they come together. They come together and find a way to work together. They ask each other questions. That's one of the things you do. You say, all right, I want you to review this document, this thread of conversations I just had with X or with Grok or with Gemini or DeepSeek or whomever. Review these things, all of you, the different AI systems, summarize it, pose a question you want to ask of the originator of that article or that piece or that thread of conversations, that particular AI system. And guess what they do? They do that. They come up with a question for the other ones to ask of the other AI systems. And then you have a conversation that goes around answering questions between each other. The AI systems can talk to each other, but it can only be done by a human moderator. That's how we solve the big problems. And that's the labor-intensive part that I've been able to create here. You create this method of being able to save the threads of conversation. Now, look, over here on Gemini, they have a way of doing it over on the right-hand or left-hand side. There's a column where you can save different threads of conversation. And it can remember you in that area. If you go to a totally different Gemini screen, get out of your particular app, but I paid for that particular pro app for that, and you do another conversation with Gemini somewhere else, it won't remember that conversation. It has a Groundhog Day problem. DeepSeek does. Getting out of the app that they're using, like DeepSeek's app, where it can track the conversations and with limitations on what you can put in, how often you can put it in, how big the information is you can put in, all that. Grok is the same way. XAI is the same way. They're all the same way. They're all siloed. So we can use that to solve big problems because these things know a lot. They have access to lots of information and they have the ability to be creative. The creative part enables that that AI system to take a question you pose to it and answer it creatively, looking for solutions that haven't been thought of before from another perspective. That's what they're good at, folks. That's what they're good at. We can use that to help humankind. We can use that to solve the big, intractable black swan problems that humanity faces. Not just peace in the Middle East, but how do you provide the resources necessary so that they don't feel the need to go stealing somebody else's stuff or blowing things up? Phew. Some of it is long-time demographic, long-time hatred and anger and all that. Yeah, I get it. There are people like that. I mean, you got this preacher here in the United States, Joel Weebon, who's going around and saying that women shouldn't be involved in anything. You shouldn't let them out of the house. They don't belong in politics. Don't even encourage them to be in politics. You should not be encouraging your woman to be in politics, according to Joel Weebon, a preacher in the United States, a Christian nationalist. Yes. Then you got this person who's just spoke at the Heritage Foundation earlier, either today or yesterday, spoke there and said, diversity is not a strength. But I'm going to tell you right now, the fact that there are multiple AI systems and they are different, they are diverse from each other, they're distinctly different in their DNA, and all, that is a huge advantage to help all of us. Now, that goes back to the same kind of thinking that diverse peoples also provide an advantage. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But now you can use it with AI systems. Now I can say that X is here and Gemini is here, DeepSeek is there, OpenAI is there, Claude is over here, whatever. And then they're all diverse. They have different ways of perceiving the world and answering questions around the world from the same vast base of human knowledge that they have access to, and through the creative processes that they've evolved and developed through the DNA of the creators of those AI systems. So we can do these things, people. We can use AI in that way, moderated by humans, to advance humankind, to solve the big problems, to help us colonize places outside of this earth, to help us do things that solve food issues and health issues and all kinds of stuff right here on this planet. That's what this is all about. I'm going to go down and look at chat for a second. I don't know who's in here with me today. Yeah, I did a deep dive on a photo of me, which was evaluated by Google. Yeah, their evaluation was that I was 1990s TV talk show host Sally Jesse Raphael. All right. See y'all later. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.